Welcome to Black Women Making Money. We are the home of the upwardly mobile Black woman. For exclusive content and invitations to our Inner Circle Zoom meetings, which happen on a monthly basis, you can sign up for free for our email newsletter at bwmakingmoney.com. That's bwmakingmoney.com. Good morning, ladies. Hope you are doing well today. Welcome to this Thursday. I was out yesterday. I had a networking event that I went to. Actually, I'm trying to save a loan, and then I went to a networking event, so wasn't able to be here, but you got your girl today. I actually learned a really important lesson that I'm hopefully going to be able to share with you tomorrow. But today's lesson is about not trusting people may be costing you. I'm going to just give you a little bit of a word on that. But before I do, don't forget the Rich AF Book Club is this weekend, this Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. In order to get an invitation, you must be on my list. You can come to bwmakingmoney.com. In order to get on the list, the Zoom link went out yesterday, and it'll also go out a couple of times this weekend as well. So definitely come, join us. We, talk amongst each other from our point of view with regards to being rich AF. So good morning to everybody who is here as you're putting on your makeup, your lipstick, your wig, your, getting ready for the day, maybe a game face, etc. This topic is probably more for me than anybody. It's about not trusting people and why it may be costing you. So many of you know I am a mortgage loan officer. And part of being a mortgage loan officer, there are two distinct parts to it. The first part is like talking to the people about what I do and getting them interested. And when they're ready to buy a home, getting them to come to me and get a pre-approval letter. That part is like part one of the process. Call it the sales process. The other part of it is called the servicing process. And that is when somebody, finds a home, they put an offer in, it's accepted, getting them to the closing table. And I don't get paid unless I get a person to the closing table. Well, here's where the not trusting people is costing me and how I'm going to relay it to you. But before I do that, I do want to say that I am not talking about trusting everybody. Please don't trust everybody. Also, please don't trust like one single person with everything in your life, unless maybe it's your mom and that depends on your relationship or your dad or something like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about bringing people in your life for a specific purpose and trusting them and trusting that they're going to be able to live up to their part of that purpose. And then trusting, of course, and verifying them. So my story is that, again, I've got these two sides of my business, and I'm part of this mastermind group, and there are a couple of guys who are super successful, and everybody's talking about how do I become more successful? How do I become more successful? And what we've discovered, or what I keep hearing them say, is you have to trust your team to do their part. If you do not trust your team to do their part, you're going to have a ceiling on your growth. If you do not trust this specific person in our office to do their part, and you keep getting in the middle of it, you're not going to be as successful. Most of you know that I am rebuilding financially. I want to have, I have a 10-year plan. I'm actually in year 2 of my 10-year plan. And I cannot reach my 10-year goals if I don't start trusting people. If I don't start trusting people. And you may have the same issue. Maybe you need to get into a study group. And we had this conversation a couple of days ago. Maybe, we're trying to do this lone wolf thing as Black women, as upwardly mobile Black women. And we talked about not being in study groups in college, and how wealthy kids, or how other kids from other ethnicities will get together, and they'll split up the reading, and then they'll come together a couple of times a week, and you read this part and you read that part. And part of that is they had to trust the other people in the study group to do their part. And I saw your comments in um, in that video, where so many of you were saying, yeah, Cherie, by the time I got through my studies, I was so exhausted because I did it all on my own. And what I'm here to say today is, this is one of the big epiphanies I had over the past couple of days, is that not trusting people is costing me. It's costing me in my professional life. Now, how do I trust but verify? How do I um, start off with a little bit of trust with this person? Because I am not in the office, I'm not this person's manager, right? The other thing is, this person gets paid whether or not I close a loan or not. So I've been kind of guarded. And maybe with you, you know, whether you get that promotion or not, the person that you need to trust may not necessarily care whether you get that promotion, but you still need to trust that person. How do you do that? How do you do that? What do we need to do, and what do we need to see in other people in order to begin to trust them? And I really just wanted to have this conversation with you ladies this morning in order to get you to think about this. There's somebody in your life, or some people in your life, that if you trusted them, you could move 2, 3, 4, 5 times faster. We all have that in our lives. Sometimes it's trusting yourself. Sometimes some of you have businesses, and if you trusted yourself to hire the right person and gave them enough power within your business in order to be successful, you could 5x your revenue. Or you could reduce the amount of time you're spending in your business and still bring home the same pay. But not trusting people may be costing us. So for me, I had a goal for this specific quarter, which is going to be ending in the next 10 days, believe it or not. And I have hit that goal. I have structured my business to be able to grow. And now that I've done that, I have to trust other people to do their part so that I could see the financial benefits of that growth. So my next quarter, from July to September, will be me working on me figuring out how I could trust other people. Because so many of us, the other side of greatness, the other side of greatness is going to come from trusting other people to do their part. And I hope I'm making sense this morning, but this is such an important lesson. It's really something, again, I'm struggling with it with you. I'm going through it with you. I'm learning this as you're learning it. Who do I need to trust? And again, we don't trust one person with everything, but there are certain people in our lives that we need to trust them with one specific thing. And maybe we dish out that trust little by little to start with this individual that I'm working with. One of the other people in the office said, Cherie, what would make you trust this person, with your livelihood? I'm like, well, I've never seen her before. You all hired her. I don't know who she is. So I have to even figure out what are the rules, like what's the one thing that she can do right now so that I would trust her a little bit more. Then what's the second thing? Then what's the third thing that she can do? But again, some of you are trying to get certifications right now. You're doing things lone wolf. We've had this conversation a couple of days ago. Some of you need to get into study groups, and you need to find people that you can trust to do a portion of the reading and the studying of one aspect of that um, of that certification study, and you do another aspect, and the third person does something else, and then all of you come together and you share your thoughts and you share your ideas. And part of it is the people you're selecting to trust. They don't have to all be Black people. They don't have to all be Black women. Some of us need to get that multicultural network like I've been talking about. And those people need to trust you as well. But I think this is a very important thing for many of us to think about. How many of us would have twice the income coming in if we just trusted people? I see Victoria here. Good morning. Victoria's in business. Victoria, it may be possible that you're not trusting people is keeping you from a 5x, 10x growth in your business. There's something to think about. I know for me, it's costing me at least a 3x growth in my revenues and in my business. And that was the whole point of today. So good morning, Flo Jersey. Good to see you. Good morning, Dawn to Earth. Yeah, look, I have to go now. I got to respond to a couple of clients, and then I have to go to a networking event at 9:30 this morning. A girl is practicing what she's preaching. I'm getting out there networking, but felt it was important for me to come in and just share this with you this morning. So thank you so much, ladies. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, Victoria's saying it costs me time and money. Yeah, it does. We got to do better with that. All right, ladies. See you later. Take care.